apparently winter is here to stay. We had, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches of snow the other day, and that was more snow in one day than we had for the entire month of November last year. It's supposed to taper off and just be rainy and nasty out, but I'm not going to complain about that because it's way too early for snow removal every single day. But I've got something here in the house that needs addressing, and I didn't think it was going to happen this soon. I'm getting a bunch of cleaning done over here so that, you know, there's enough room for people to walk through and come over this way so that they can replace the boiler next Tuesday. Something I didn't think I was going to have to worry about until, I don't know, 30, 40 years down the road, because we put this boiler in 15 years ago. We redid the entire heating system in this house, 4 zones, completely new everything. And apparently this boiler is not good. Now, no one knew that at the time, but I've heard this from several people over the past 5 years now, and I've been putting it off. The only thing I actually ever had to replace was this control board here. And when I went to go pick it up at the parts store, the guy said, "What is this going in?" And I said, "It's a Dunkirk, a Q90. Same thing as, I think they're branded as Lennox." And he goes, "You still have one of those things?" And I'm like, "What do you mean still?" Like, it's only 15 years old. The boiler at my parents' house is 50, and there's nothing wrong with it. But these are very problematic, and they can fail and fail in a bad way. And I am on borrowed time, and I don't want this thing to fail in the middle of January when it's 20 below zero. So next Tuesday, we're going to get this ripped out and get a whole new boiler installed, along with, the hot water heaters coming out, because the new one's a combo unit. So happy about that. Just really wish we didn't have to pay for it so soon. I'm digging through all this stuff here to make room, and I found some really cool stuff from when I was a kid here. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Skyfox. I loved my Commodore 64. Or, well, it was a 128. Sticky Bear Math. Classic Concentration. Test Drive, which I played a lot of. And Top Gun. And then I've got all my other games back in here too that were copied from friends' computers years ago. I know there's like Ghostbusters in there and all sorts of other cool stuff. I might have to try to get the old Commodore fired up. I've still got the box. The box for the main, it's actually still in there. And the box for the disk drive is somewhere buried back in there too. I might have to get that out and fire it up. But not to get sidetracked here. I got to get this thing cleaned up so we can get the new boiler put in. While cleaning up that back area a little bit in the basement, I found some stuff that's going to have to go to Marketplace that I just don't want anymore and don't really use. I bought these recently. I can't even remember where or how much or whatever, but they are Derek Sorrells, old school Sorrells steel toe. I don't know what size they are. They look a little small. If they fit me, I'd honestly probably just use them. But I got these weights here. Well, this weight that I think came from Walmart. It's really not good. It came from a garage sale, and it's really strange how the weights work. It's like 18.5 pounds, then 19.3, 16, 15, 11.5, up to 12.5, down to 9.2. It's just weird. So I'm going to send that one to Marketplace. I got all these cardboard stand-up people here. This one's going to be tough to list because you can't really see it. I got 2 of those. I got a who's that? I think that's Zac Efron. And then I think there's a Miley Cyrus back here. Yeah. So might get some, I don't know, some big sheets of cardboard somehow and just kind of sandwich these in together for shipping, I think. I don't know. Let me know how you would ship those. Some bags of clothes that I had from from out junk picking. These are Christian Dior sweaters. These all came from a church sale. So we're going to get those listed. This is from a toilet. And the only reason I saved it is because I tossed the toilet, but the toilet itself can bring some pretty good money. It's a one-piece American Standard. And this is from November 23rd, 1933. And these are the little porcelain caps for the bolts on the bottom. But my thought is, because the toilet's worth so much money in, all other places except for where I am, is that the top cover here might be worth something to somebody. They may have that toilet and this piece may have broken and they need it. So I'm going to get it cleaned up and listed on eBay and hope for the best. I did sell a game last night, and I kind of wanted to keep it because it's nice, but it's Zelda. And this one is, I believe it's 100% complete. I've got it in one of those Malco, is it called Malco? M-A-L-K-O protectors. And I put a new battery in it. I soldered the new battery in it. But this one just sold for some pretty good money. I'll throw the sale up on the screen here. Along with Zelda, this just sold. This is a Schultz and Dooley Christmas ornament. It is a first edition, very good condition, almost could pass as new. And this just sold for $90. I finally listed some jackets the other day. I got the Syracuse starter pullover that looks almost brand new. The new with tags, Notre Dame Irish champion jacket. This one, I believe, came from the bookstore. Yeah, so this would have come from, I believe, the bookstore at Notre Dame. Yeah, University of Notre Dame. I forgot what I listed this for. I put these up pretty high. I also, because I think I'm the only one with a new one. I also listed the Rain Spooner, officially licensed product, University of Notre Dame, new with tags. But all of these, they're all a size medium, so that's going to kind of hurt the price, I think. The only one without tags is this Reed Sportswear varsity jacket. Very good condition, not vintage, I don't think, but size medium. And I'm the only one with this thing for sale online, so I put it for a high price. And lastly, this one went for listed for a high price as well. It's just a regular starter jacket, and I think the university themselves, I think they sewed that in. It just says Navy on the tag, and if you get up in there, I'm pretty sure you can feel the stitching on the inside, and you can see the stitching on the reverse side, which means that it typically means that, like, you buy this as a plain jacket, and then that is stitched in later on. Well, it's the next day, and just getting back from an estate sale. Got a few things. I got there late, but the stuff I saw in the pictures that I wanted was really high priced, unfortunately. But I'll spin the camera around here and we'll take a look at some of the things I found. I'll put comps up here as I go through it. Not a whole lot here, but I did find some lanterns. It's been quite a while since I've picked up a lantern, and although none of these are decent, I think they're going to be worth their while, and I'll tell you why here. So I'll put up comps as I go, as long as I can find them for some of these pieces. But we'll start right off with the Burns-O-Matic propane lantern. So I don't collect this one, but it has the handle here, or the bail, is for a 200A. In the globe itself, might be a little tough to see, but it also says Coleman, and that is for a 200A, and it's amber. I've been looking for an amber globe for quite a while. It's got the curved Pyrex logo on it, and that'll fit one of these style lanterns here with the single mantle. I've got a few that don't have globes at all, so this worked out really well. So I'll keep the bail, and I'll keep the globe for my own collection, and then I'll sell the rest of this. So I've been on a buoy kick lately. I've got one, there's one over there, there's another one hanging up the other part of the garage here, and I want to hang them all underneath the deck at some point. This one is most likely a Maine lobster buoy. It's foam, so it's not going to hold as much value as a wooden one, but it's not that I'm going to sell anyways. Just going to hang it up somewhere because it looks cool. It's got a really good weathered look to it. Looks like it's been through some stuff for sure. Let's see. I found a Coleman stove. This is a Coleman 502 Sportster. Is it free? Yeah, it is freed up. That's going to need some oil. It's full of gas, as expected. It's definitely a little bit older because it has the older style gas cap on it. We'll see what date it is here. This is 2/6/7, so February of 1967. I found quite a few of these this year. This could be the 6th or 7th one that I found so far this year. But this one's in very rough condition. I'm sure it'll clean up okay down below, even though it's got some chips. But we'll have to do some work on the rust up here. So this lantern is nothing really special. It's a 220E. It's got the handle with the reflector on the back that I thought was pretty cool. It's got the quick light here that you'd put a flint in and you'd spin this and it would light. So it's all optioned out here. It's got all the factory, accessories going on. But what I was most excited to see is this right here. So this is, I think they call it like the Coleman. I don't know if it's a safe or something, but it's basically just a metal container that straps onto the bottom. And if we're lucky, a little crusty, see if it comes off. Oh, it's going to come right off. It's got a rubber gasket in there, so it's sealed from the elements. Oh my God, it's full of stuff. Anything else stuck under there? And typically, you'll find cool stuff inside. So we've got some silk light mantles, more silk lights, more silkies, a whole bunch of silk light mantles. We've even got one in the older style packaging, which looks really cool. We've got a wrench that is used for this little nut down in here to replace the generator. And we've got some flints in a new old stock generator. Very cool. This is going to look awesome hanging in the garage. I don't ever find these little safe containers here at all. But when I do, they're typically filled with a bunch of cool Coleman stuff. Some paper stuff in here that I don't think is really super valuable. I thought these were cool. These old Adirondack guide pictures right here. They were in these little sleeves, so I'm thinking that, I was hoping they'd be worth something, but they look really nice, like very suitable for framing. Boy, I'm sorry, that's really bad glare there. I'm not sure what these came from, but they've got a great vintage Adirondack look to them. There's also some random magazines that I grabbed. This Herald American Parade, whatever this thing is, Ship Stads, Ice Follies and Johnson, 27th Annual Edition. I don't know, this just kind of stood out to me. I don't know what the heck this thing is. Fantasy in space. But if it's worth nothing, I mean, I'll list it in the Ephemera store, and I'll see what it's worth first, and if not, maybe I'll cut it up. But this is all like shows or something? I don't know. Different. And then there's these album covers. And I don't know what the heck, I don't know what these are. Someone let me know what this is. So they're all like record covers. And I don't think they were like cut from an album. So I'm not entirely sure what these are. But I had to grab, obviously, Sonic Youth. And they've got like little sticky things on them because they must have been on somebody's wall. Coolio, Aaliyah. What else do we have? Ghetto Boys. There was some cool stuff there. There were a lot of records, but the record guys got there and immediately, just took over. And so I went downstairs, and when I was down there, I found all of these. I left a bunch behind. I think these were like 3 for $1. So I loaded up the ones that I thought were the coolest. And like I said, I don't know anything about these at all. I don't know what album covers are. I mean, it looks like they would have been cut from the actual record, but they're almost too clean for that. So I don't know. Let me know what these things are. Oh, I walked by this a few times and I said, what, for $5, let me just get it. Maybe it's worth something. We'll get the model number here. The model number is D-EJ011. Looks pretty cool. I didn't open it up to look for batteries, of course, so hopefully they're not in there leaking all over the place. You know what? Let me put these album covers away. I don't want to set a whole bunch of stuff on top of them and wreck them. Boy, that house is dusty. This stuff is dusty. I'm sneezing like crazy over here. But okay, so we got some Gillette razors. Don't know anything about Gillette razors. I do know that I've bought some and listed them and they have not sold yet, so maybe my price is just too high. This is an Eversharp Hydro Magic. There's another Gillette in here also. This one had a little something in it, I remember. Yeah, it's got this little, what's it say? Aristocrat? It's got this little gold razor holder in it, but it doesn't match the razor, so it fits in the thing there, so I'm not sure if it actually went with this razor or not, but the case looked pretty cool. So I'm guessing that one's a little older than the others. There's some creepy readers in here. I think they're reading glasses. Very old reading glasses. Oh, that slammed pretty hard. Oh, and then this thing I thought was cool. I think this is for surveying. It's got like a little level up there. It's kind of gross. It's got some green funky stuff on it, but it had this really nice heavy-duty leather holster with it. I can't make out the name on it. It looks like it says Coker Rankin Incorporated. I'll put a comp up here on the screen if I can find it for this one. Oh, we got a camera. There were a lot of cameras there, and they were very overpriced. This one didn't have a price, and I think it's the most valuable one in the pile. It is a Coolpix S6100, and I did find a charger and a battery for it. As soon as I pushed the power on, it said battery exhausted, so at least I know that it turns on, so I'll get it charged and hope for the best. And then lastly, I've been finding a lot of these lately. These are Perrin fly boxes, and I've got one of these listed right now. This is a number 101. These didn't have any flies in them, unfortunately, but they're pretty cool. You can see it's got a magnetic side on one. And then the 100, it's a little beefier, and it's got the original sticker on the back side, but the number 100 has these little compartments on the side, along with this to store your flies in. So these were pretty cheap. I always pick them up because they do sell pretty well for me. But anyways, I think that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys found something cool here that you liked. Maybe you learned a little something. And I will see you all in the next one.